Hello, happiness abounders, and welcome back. Today I'm excited to wrap up our theme week all about spiritual self-care and really dive into the concept of gratitude. Now, I know you've heard it a million times, and a attitude of gratitude is one of the fastest ways to be happier, one of the easiest ways to boost your mood and elevate your life. And it completely is, but it is also one of the fundamentals of spiritual self-care. It's one of the easiest ways to take care of yourself spiritually. It is one of the easiest ways and fastest ways to boost your mood. And it is one of the best ways to really recalibrate and come back into alignment with who you want to be and following your soul, your spiritual path, whatever that looks like, whatever that is for you. So that's what I want to talk about today. And I want to talk about it because I think that way too often when we neglect spiritual self-care, we neglect gratitude. And gratitude, as I mentioned, as a fundamental piece of spiritual self-care, can make such a difference. I have mentoring clients who come to me and are at the end. They don't feel like there's anywhere else to go. And they don't feel like they are worth being here. And one of the things I have them do very first and foremost is write down all the things that they are grateful for, because it reconnects them to their spirit. When we are in those moments of those deep depression, that despair, that feeling like there's nothing to live for, we are separated. We have not been taking care of ourselves spiritually. So how can we get rapidly back into seeing that we are worthwhile? We do have a purpose. Gratitude is one of those fastest ways. Because you can see when you do a gratitude rant, which is one of my favorite things, when you're feeling that way and you go, okay, I just need to start being grateful. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm grateful for this microphone. I'm grateful for this phone and camera. I'm grateful for this lamp. I'm grateful for this blanket. I'm grateful for. And you just start saying all the things that you're grateful for. And you can just look around the room. I'm grateful for the garbage can. I'm thankful for that coat. I'm thankful for my dogs. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for the computer. You start cycling back into, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. And when you say that, it can bring everything back into this alignment. And then you can start seeing all the good things you have in your life and all the wonderful things you have to live for. And you can feel reconnected with your spiritual side. So it may not be that you are in a space that is that desperate for a full gratitude rant. But gratitude as a form of spiritual self-care is something that we can do to prevent going to that spot where we need it so desperately to survive. So that's what I want to encourage you to do today and this weekend. So I want to challenge you to see how you can implement spiritual self-care, specifically gratitude, as part of your daily routines. And doing it because you want to, not because you should, right? But because you could. This is not a thing where it's like, I should be more grateful. No, this is something for you. This is something that's spiritual self-care. So if you are dedicated to taking care of yourself and looking at each of the realms, the emotional, the physical, the social, the intellectual, and now the spiritual, if you're dedicated to making sure you are balanced in each of these areas so that you can up-level your life, a few simple moments of gratitude can mean everything. Now here's a fun little tip. You can blend your self-care, your arenas, with the gratitude. My physical self-care includes walking for 20 to 30 minutes every morning. And at the end of that walk, I have a treadmill. At the end of that walk, I have on my treadmill a little 3x5 card and a pen. And I write the date and I thank my body for whatever. A couple days ago, it was, thank you for walking with me. Thank you for allowing me to walk. Thank you for keeping me going. just little things like that. But I've put it together with my spiritual practice of gratitude and my physical practice of walking every day. And there we have it. A little bit closer to that balance of self-care. So again, I want to challenge you. Can you add a few moments of gratitude into your routine? It doesn't have to be, I need to write 3 things that I'm grateful for every single day before bed, unless that's what works for you. Maybe it's when you sit down for breakfast and it's those few quiet moments before the kids get up or before anything is going on in the workday, and you eat your breakfast and you say what you're grateful for to yourself. Maybe it's doing a little 3x5 card that sits on the treadmill so you don't ever have to worry about it, don't have to replace it. I just have them in my little cup holder and a pen, and it's just there when you're finished. How can you implement gratitude as a form of spiritual self-care? Not because you woulda, coulda, should, but because you want to, and you want to have that next level in your life. So that's what I have for you today. And that's what I have to wrap up our spiritual self-care, very neutral spiritual self-care week. If you liked this episode, please rate, review, and subscribe on your listening platform of choice. I would love to hear from you and hear your thoughts. You can do that on Apple Podcasts. You can click, it's as simple as clicking the 5 stars, but I would also love a written review if you feel so inclined. You can also leave a review on Facebook if you are not listening on Apple. And if you wanted to reach out and tell me what you thought of this week, if it was neutral enough, and how you practice gratitude in your daily routines, again, I would love to hear. You can reach out at happinessabound.com, Happiness Abound blog on Facebook, and happiness_abound on Instagram. So that said, have a wonderful day. Remember to practice your gratitude, and above everything else, remember, you are capable of happiness abound.